know how much is riding on this? I have to go calm for so long. That's
Disclaimer. We do not own or claim ownership of the Pokemon franchise and any Pokemon established in official canon. That's all owned by Nintendo, Game Freak, and Creatures. This is just a podcast made by 4 friends who love Pokemon. It's our love letter to a franchise most of us grew up with, so please go support the official release. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our one-shot. We're in between seasons right now. We're doing a little one-shot. Let's go, yeah!
Woo!
For this game, we're trying out a new system called Pokeroll. Get a good change of pace. All you need to know right now, basic gimmick, rather than roll for the highest number, you roll a whole pool of dice, try to get as many successes as you can. It'll make sense as we go along. Or not. We'll see. Anyway. Somewhere far from the shores of the Appalachia region, you approach some deserted industrial park. In your pocket, a scrap of paper. Your services are requested. Please arrive at the following location at the designated time. Sincerely, the Liaison. The camera cuts over to an empty boardroom. Dark, save for the one window at the very end of the room. The click of the door handle jiggles a bit, and the door opens up, and a small girl in a very elegant dress, holding a stuffed animal, walks in. Ariana, please introduce your character.
So, this is Eleanor. She is a young girl. She's 7 years old, and she is from a rich family.
Eleanor, as you hold your stuffed doll, this room is completely empty so far. It's the right place. Earlier than the right time, but you...
Well, the lady is always early.
Of course.
There's no doors, right? Other than the one I came in?
Correct.
I'd like to look underneath the table, please. Just start investigating.
What are you looking for?
Just to see if there's any sort of switch to activate something or another note that's like a clue for next steps, what to do.
Sure. No roll needed for this. You look under the table. It's a plain wooden table. This room seems to be barren of any clues or traps or pieces of interest. But... from behind you, you hear heavy footsteps coming down the hall.
She hides under the table.
The footsteps get louder. Heavy army boots. Dry, please introduce your character.
Okay, first things first. Is the door closed?
I'm assuming she closed it, yes.
Okay. Instead of opening it, do I have to roll to kick the door?
Why not? Okay, so go ahead. For rolling in this game,
Good practice.
Rather than rolling one dice, you roll a set of dice based on your skills, and from that pool, aim for as many successes. I'll say for this, let's have you roll strength and brawl, and let's aim for 2 successes.
So that's where you roll attribute and skill, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay, so strength and brawl.
That's 2 successes.
Sweet.
You just kick that door open, wide open. It bangs against the wall, leaves a huge dent in there.
All right, let's see where is everybody? Hey, hello? Are you fucking serious? Okay, this is the right place, isn't it? He's like checking the piece of paper, and then he looks back up, and he just sort of shrugs his shoulders, and he's like, all right, I guess that they're a little bit of late arrivers, so I'll chill here for now. And he pulls back one of the chairs, like really abrasively, sits in it, kicks his feet up, and just sits there. And that, everyone, is Apollo. Kicking his feet up is kind of a little difficult considering he's vertically challenged. As you see him trying to kick his feet up, he's just like, fucking, come on. Instead, he just like scoots the chair closer, and now he can put his legs up on the table.
Excuse me.
Oh, holy crap!
Crawls out from under the table. She's like,
I would appreciate it if you didn't say those bad words.
Okay. kid, you need to get out of here because this is not a place for where children need to be. So, scoot. Go away. Go play with dolls or something. Or whatever girls do nowadays.
But I got here first.
I don't care. Go. Move. Shoot. Go. Leave.
Excuse me, mister. Don't tell me what to do, all right? And she just goes and sits in one of the chairs.
Whatever. He just kind of just turns away and just keeps sitting there.
At that point, you hear a shuffle, 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 feet grinding against the ground in a very slow, methodical pace as an old lady turns the corner. Chi-Chi, introduce your character.
So here we have little Miss Maggie. She's an 80-year-old lady who is a little bit clueless, but she's got her heart in the right place. And she loves hanging with the young people and getting involved in all kinds of shenanigans in retirement. She's here for a delightful time. And alongside her, she has her faithful companion, her lone Persian, Pookie. Kitty! A sarcastic and very snooty little Pokemon who loves to get into mischief right under Maggie's nose.
Can Eleanor approach with an excited kitty? Do I need to roll for that, or can I just do it?
You do not have to roll for that. Go ahead.
And she's like, oh my goodness, it's a little kitty! And she runs over to the Alolan Persian to just like, glomp? Is that still a word?
Glump?
Yeah, like run into it and just like, you know.
So basically an attack hug.
So Pookie just kind of hisses at the glomp, looks down in disgust at this little being that's glommed onto him, and he just kind of gives a half-litted and kind of a disgusted snurvel, or I don't know what the word is.
Snurvel.
His nose just scrunches up, and with his paw, he pries her from him and kind of just shoves her back and kind of turns his head in disgust.
Oh, you're so cute when you're angry.
Oh, hello! It's the young people I see. She sees Eleanor and Apollo, and she's like, oh, you're already here. Oh, this is going to be such an event. Oh, my goodness, it's so dark in here, you can barely see anything. Oh, we should find some lights. But hello, it's so nice to meet you, young people. And she starts to shuffle over towards Apollo. And who might you be, mister?
You can sort of see his eye twitching a bit as he's looking at Eleanor, looking at the Alolan Persian, looking at Maggie, and just, he takes a deep breath. Yeah, fuck this. And he gets off the chair.
Language! There is a child here.
Lady, are you calling me a child because of my height? Lady, I am a full-grown man.
Oh, you're all kids compared to me.
Okay, fair
Can't
enough.
argue with that one.
But still, yeah, no, not staying here. Clearly, this is a joke, a prank of some sort. I'm out. And he, like, gets off the chair and just starts, like, marching away. He's
Not
like,
so fast, please.
sweet mercy, Lord.
Hello?
The window glitches out and changes to a monitor, and you see this backlit shadow of a figure being presented on the screen.
Pookie kind of sees that and kind of runs up to Maggie and kind of does a protective guard around her.
I thank you for arriving. Your presence here was indeed requested and is no mistake.
Are you the one from the telephone?
He's awful quiet, isn't he?
Sorry, I was just getting used to that voice.
Indeed, I am the one who reached out to you. To all three of you. I am the Liaison. And I am in need of your services.
Let me get this straight. You want to hire us, as in me, the child, and the old bag.
Don't be mean.
What was that?
10 million credits.
I'm listening.
I thought you would be. Have a seat, all of you.
Eleanor just kind of being all cutesy and stuff with her stuffed animal in hand, and she plops down. She's like, boop.
Apollo will sit down.
Maggie just starts shuffling over to the seat, and Pookie kind of makes like a makeshift staircase with their body and kind of helps her up there. Oh, thank you, darling.
Your cat is really cute.
Pookie just
It's even cuter when he pretends he doesn't like me.
The three of you have built somewhat of a reputation in your line of work. Eleanor, a child prodigy, quite adept in distraction and deception.
Oh, stop it. I'm just kidding. Keep going.
Apollo, a master in destruction, demolitions, and generally making things go boom.
I mean, what can I say? I'm good at what I do.
And Miss Maggie. Sweet, innocent old Miss Maggie. I will be frank. It is your feline companion I have more of an invested interest in for this.
Oh, Pookie, he's been with me for years now. Oh, he's such a delight. Oh, it's so good to see the young people interested in him. Isn't that right, my dear?
He's just really cute.
Oh, that he is. And Pookie just kind of like begrudgingly accepts the compliment and kind of rubs against her arm.
I requested the 3, or should I say 4 of you, not because you're the best. Good Arceus, not because you're the best.
Hey!
In fact, you're incredibly mismatched, you're chaotic, you're expendable, and I honestly doubt our Mark will take you as a serious threat. All things we shall use to our advantage. The name of the game is Acquisitions.
And the screen changes. It shows the face of an elderly man with hair sticking straight up like a rocket and a mustache that goes out to here. He's dressed in green, almost militaristic garments.
This is Dr. Moto Makoto, a scientist of questionable repute, formerly associated with several classified projects. Now the creator, owner, and operator of the quite popular amusement park, Whirlygig Gardens.
I love Whirlygig Gardens.
I remember when they were building that.
I'm not tall enough to ride the rides.
Height is not a requirement for this particular mission. Besides, it is not Whirlygig Gardens that our client is interested in, but what is being held underneath.
And the screen changes, so the image of the Whirlygig Gardens expands, shifts underneath the gardens into this labyrinth of passages and tunnels.
Oh my.
I knew it.
Oh, they're getting so complex.
Under the gardens is a network of secret laboratories where Dr. Makoto develops a variety of pet projects, off the books. In the central chamber, a special prototype based on a device long thought disposed of. Our client wants that prototype. Infiltrate, acquire, and escape. Upon completion, you will be rewarded 10 million credits, an amount to be split evenly among all surviving members.
Surviving members.
Whatever measures you take to get the job done are of no concern to us as long as the job gets done and the device is delivered intact. However, if you fail or are captured or in any other way compromised, all evidence of this transaction will be deleted and all loose ends tied up. We are very good at keeping things tidy.
Excuse me, I have a question.
You may speak, Eleanor.
What exactly is this prototype that you're talking about?
I choose to refrain from disclosing any more information until I make sure we have a deal.
Oh, I love a scavenger hunt. Oh, this is going to be a spectacular time.
I will take that as a yes from you then.
Well, it's either work and possibly fail and not get anything, or go back to what I was doing before. Yeah, I got nothing else to lose. Let's do this.
How high is the security, and how difficult will this job be?
Both are reasonably high and justify the size of the reward. Though I'd hope an individual of your talents would be up to the challenge.
Well, if you're going to say that, then count me in.
I'm sorry, was there just a fucking tone shift with you?
What?
Okay, I can't be the only one that caught that, right?
What was that?
We all heard that, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you all right?
You know what? Just give us the things we need or where we need to go from here, and are we getting transportation, and can I sit as far away from that one as possible?
I'm just a little girl.
All things to be taken care of. Now then, let us get down to details.
It is roughly a week later. The shuttle that the three of you have been transported in finally stops at the parking lot in Whirlygig Gardens.
I haven't been here in so long. It feels like it's been like since I was a little kid.
I forgot how everything is so bright in the advertisements here.
It is very bright, even in the break of day. Colorful neon lights swirling around the attractions, and at this very center gate, you can see a very whimsical sign with a friendly little giant spinda welcoming you to Whirlygig Gardens. Come in for a spin.
You know what? I will, thank you. And Eleanor just like marches through the gate.
Come along, Pookie. We got some scavenging to do. And she kind of drags along an unwilling Pookie who's just like, no, I don't want to be here. Let me out. Don't take me. Don't take me. And you just hear,
All right, well, already here, might as well get it done. Let's go, Mr. Cuddles.
And this tiny little fanfy pops out of your long, striped mane of hair and just sticks his head out.
Aww.
Yeah, he's actually like the complete polar opposite to Apollo. He's quite loving and wants attention, but he's his little friend. And so as the fanfy pops out, he's just looking at everyone with a giant smile. And Apollo's like, "Say one word about this, and you'll never, ever speak of it to anyone you know and love."
But how could you be ashamed of him? He's so cute.
He is
Oh,
not.
he's just like my third grandson.
Why would a Pokemon remind you? We're wasting time. Let's go.
The words of the liaison back at that meeting where you all met echo in the back of your head.
Your first and foremost priority, accessing the laboratories. The most direct pathing would be through the maintenance tunnels, though I'm sure that Mokoto built some alternate routes to take. How you get in there is up to you.
You enter the park in the middle of the day. There are people all around you enjoying the rides. It is packed here. Music is blaring everywhere. Neon lights are spinning around. It's like theater of the abuse, and it never smelled so deep fried.
Oh, goodness me. Y'all enjoy yourselves in the meantime. Nature's calling for me, so I'd better go take care of that. Come along, Pookie.
Could have went my whole life without knowing that.
Mr. Apollo, excuse me, Mr. Apollo.
He looks at the child because he can't look down at her because I'm pretty sure they're near the same height. Yeah, what?
Can we go on some rides, please?
I think not. We have a job to do.
Please?
I don't think you understand how. You do
You're
realize.
going to go on a ride with me.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go on the teacup style ride.
Oh,
So
boy.
whatever that spinny one is that makes you nauseous.
Oh, no.
What would be like a good thing in the Pokemon universe for that? That's probably, I mean, Spinda's kind of similar, but it could also be like the Kabutops.
So you go to the teacup ride, and everything's designed like a Pokemon. You are able to get an empty car that's shaped like a Hitmontop.
Nice.
All right, look, fine, kid. One ride, then we have to get right back to the mission.
Yay!
So you get into your vehicle, and the attendant, this gawky, acne-covered teen, locks the handlebars in place. Please keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Thank you, and enjoy the ride.
Will do.
He pulls the lever, and the cup starts spinning.
Oh, God, when can this be over already?
So this is just Kronk and Yzma.
Yeah, it's Kronk and Yzma tapping his foot in the car, in the ride, like, come on.
Come on, don't be such a buzzkill. It's a good time.
Yeah, I don't think you understand when I say we have a job to do, so we need to make sure that we do that job.
So serious about all this.
10 million credits.
Yeah, we'll get it when we get it.
Wow, you. He gets his like face plapped with the trunk of his fanfy in his head, and he's like, "Thanks, buddy."
Yeah, and as the ride spins some more and more, the trunk just keeps
Ow, 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 ow,
like flapping in the wind.
ow, ow, ow.
What did you say your fanpy's name was?
Mr.
What was it?
Mr.
You need to speak up.
Okay, fine. His name's Mr. Cuddles. It's Mr. Cuddles. Okay.
So cute.
It's just not cute. It's a manly name.
If you don't like it so much, then why'd you name it that?
He's looking at the ride attendant and he's like, yeah, I'm done here. Can we stop? Can we stop now? Can we get off this ride, please?
Eventually, he pulls the lever and the ride comes to a stop and everyone gets out of their cars. For the record, I think it's a very cute name, sir.
Yeah, whatever. Nudges past him. He's like, let's get this over with already.
And Eleanor gets out of the Hitmontop, and she's kind of holding her little stuffed animal by her side, just skipping along, and she's like, we should go shopping.
You're actually doing this. Kid, okay, what significance does shopping have to do with the mission?
What mission? Sir, are you all right?
Is this what you want? Is this what you're wanting?
Is what I'm wanting?
Apollo, as you're having this tantrum, as you look up, one of the guards near the staff passages cock an eyebrow towards you.
He stops moving, and he's like, okay, I'm calm. I'm good.
Are you sure you don't want me to call the guard over here?
No, that will not be necessary. I need to splash some water on my face and to recollect my thoughts, if that's okay. I'm going to go to the men's bathroom. Please stand by for a moment. I apologize for my outburst.
Well, now everybody's going potty. Maybe I should go check on Maddie. Maybe I should go check on Miss Maggie.
That would be nice, because I want to make sure the old bag has not fallen to the toilet.
Okay.
Cut over to Miss Maggie. What you doing?
Right now she's shuffling, trying to find her way to the bathroom. Oh goodness, this place was so much bigger than when I was a little girl. Oh, those are the days. Oh, Pookie, if only you could have been there. And Pookie's just kind of like begrudgingly kind of stamping right next to her, just being like, but he's still got his eye out. He's kind of looking around, seeing, what's anything suspicious that could be around?
Just scoping out the field?
Yeah, scoping out the field.
Why doesn't Pookie, let's have him roll Insight plus Alert.
And where do I click for that? Is it just in the character sheet so you can do that?
Yeah, character sheet. It should be in generic roll near the middle of the sheet.
Oh, that's what the button. Okay. Generic roll. And that's Insight, you said?
Insight plus Alert.
Alert. And roll.
3 out of 3 successes as Pookie is looking around, just scoping out the field here. He notices the staff members occasionally being relieved and going through the passages, costume performers and whatnot going in and out. There's one in like a huge little Spinda costume, a Spinny the Spinda, the mascot of the park. The other thing, Pookie's nose twitches a bit. Even near these bathrooms, he can smell all the fried food, and it seems to be coming from the vents through like these underground little pipes.
Underground pipes. So Pookie starts sniffing around towards more of the fried food smell in the pipes and trying to see if there's like any bigger entrance other than the pipes themselves, or if there's like a bigger air vent.
He finds behind some of the park benches like a sort of maintenance vent, little hatch.
So while Maggie quickly finds the bathroom and makes her way in there, Pookie kind of separates a bit and checks out the vent really quickly to see if there's anything like that can be jiggled loose to open it up.
So this large maintenance hatch, it is clearly sealed shut tight. No external locking mechanism as far as Pookie can tell, but there are hinges.
I think what Pookie's gonna do is see if he can work his little claws around the hinges to see if there's anything that he can unlock with that.
Why don't you roll me dexterity plus stealth?
All right.
And we'll say it's you need 3 successes.
Not so close.
So you rolled 7 dice from your pool, and that's 2.
Pookie tries to fiddle with the hinges a bit. It makes a loud metal clinking sound, and that attracts the attention of, on the park bench, a costumed performer on break, his Spinda head off, half-eaten sandwich still in his mouth, looking straight at Pookie. Oh, God. You can't be back there. Come on, shoot. Come on, shoot.
Pookie kind of hisses and kind of starts pawing at him and scratching. And then in the distance you can hear, Pookie, where are you?
Why are your claws so sharp? Stop tearing out the costume.
Oh, good Pookie. No. Remember we did that again. Oh, mister, I'm so sorry.
Ma'am, is this your Persian?
Yes, he helps me get around. I guess we got a little separated on my way to the loo. He's just curious. He just wants to know about you. Isn't that right, my little lovey dovey? And Pookie kind of begrudgingly goes, and kind of takes her rough pats, but still eyes down to the lock.
I'll need Miss Maggie to roll cute plus. What would this be? I guess it would be empathy or etiquette. Your choice.
Let's go with etiquette.
3 successes. That's good enough for me.
And he says, okay, well, if it's a surface Pokemon, it's fine. Just please keep a closer eye on it. I only have so much skin, you know.
Oh, will do. Oh, you're doing such a good job looking after my kitty while I was away. Thank you so much, mister.
Yeah, you're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your spinnerific day.
Oh, we will. I hope you enjoy yours, too.
And as you and Pookie turn the corner, you can hear him say,
Where did my sandwich go?
And Pookie just kind of has his tail wrapped around and he's just chomping on it nonchalantly.
I love Pookie.
and at this point, I think the 3 of you meet up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
We need a game plan here. How are you guys getting in?
Well,
Go
no,
ahead.
you got it.
Well, I still think the...
I was trying to say who wants to go.
We are stuck in an internal Canadian standoff here. Someone's talk.
So I think that the air vent is definitely something that could lead to somewhere.
Uh-huh.
So I think that if we can work out a game plan around involving that somehow.
Okay. Dry.
Well, if the air vent is our main way of getting in, it's probably, again, still guarded. So wouldn't we need some kind of distraction plan?
So here's what I was thinking, which I was understandably unsuccessfully trying to hint at.
I got
Yes.
what you're thinking.
I was trying to get the guard to catch you dry so that he would take you to like the security and see if there was like a way for us to get in on the back end.
Oh. See, Apollo didn't catch on to that. Here's the thing. Apollo's actually petrified of like any kind of like security or law enforcement because he's like, I ain't going back to jail.
Fair enough. Fair
I'm
enough.
not going back.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to do, and we can still go with that plan or something else. But what do you guys think is the best way to get in?
I think causing a scene would work, or even just distracting the proper individuals to where they wouldn't notice people sneaking in.
Another thing I was gonna do was have Eleanor go to like I don't know what they're called in like regular amusement parks, but I know like Disneyland calls it like City Hall.
Kitty lost and found.
Yeah, which that was my other idea to like see where they would, if there was like a back area where she could sneak past after they dropped her off at the lost and found.
I see. Chances are you could probably also drop off Maggie there.
Yeah.
So, do we want to go for the vent? We going to go for like an Apollo class distraction, or do we want to go through the kitty place?
Apollo has explosives, right?
To an extent, yes, he does.
You can have whatever sort of equipment you want, I think, for this. Let's focus on what we've already established in the previous scenes. The fact that there are guards, the fact that there are costume performers, and the fact that we have a vent.
We should be putting on costumes. I'm good with anything. I'm leaning towards the Apollo thing. You said that the character performer was just like sitting eating a sandwich. Was he like in a mascot costume and he just had it off in the middle of the park? Like, is character integrity like not a priority here?
It was in a kind of, this is not like Disney level
That's what I'm saying. I'm
standards
like,
of,
is character integrity not a thing?
I guess maybe he wasn't that good of an employee, maybe.
He would get fired so fast. We could also double it up. What if we doubled it up? Because then they're going to be busy taking him away. And Maggie can get in and follow the path through the vents of their voices.
Yeah, so what my understanding is, Apollo's going to be a distraction while Maggie and Eleanor go through the vent, and then Apollo be taken down underground, and you'll both meet up there later.
Can Maggie also fit through the vent, or only Eleanor?
Here's the thing. I'm going to nickname this episode Smalltimers because you're all very tiny people.
Aww.
What do you mean tiny?
So yes, you can fit through vents.
Okay.
So after your sandwich and spinny cup ride shenanigandry, the 3 of you meet up in a sort of not as populated space of the park. What do you do?
So, has anyone found any ways to get in?
Oh, you wouldn't believe this. Pookie found a new ride they were working on, I believe.
He looks at the cat.
The cat just looks back at him. He's like, "Sup?"
Okay, Maggie, where exactly is this new ride?
Oh, it's right over here behind this bench. Come with me, Sonny. Come here. Oh, it looks like the entrance of, what did my grandson call it again? Oh, an escape room, I believe.
Oh my
Because
god.
you have all these little buttons that you press to get in. Oh, I haven't seen puzzles like this since bingo night over at the foyer. Oh, those are the days.
Yeah, wonderful. Great. It's time to reminisce. We'll talk about it later. All right, look, so we finally found a way to get in. Now, the question is, we have to get in without getting noticed. So
Eleanor's thinking, she looks up at Apollo and, we need a way to get in, huh?
Well, yes, because there doesn't really seem to be any other ways
Well,
to get in.
I'd rather go shopping.
His eye slightly twitches and he's like, you can't be serious.
Why not? Does that make you mad?
Slightly, but okay, I get you as a kid want to experience this lovely puke-colored area of amazement, but we literally have a job to do. So we need to do that job, and we are literally right here where we need to be.
And like Eleanor just starts like tearing up. These like big, wet, beady tears just like well up in her eyes.
Oh, you are so not doing this right now.
I haven't gone here in such a long time.
I thought you said I have a gun here. Holy shit.
Slowly reaches behind her.
I mean, it's a one shot.
No, we're pulling the pity party first.
Apollo sees that she's crying, and he's like, I'm gonna be real with you, kid. Tears don't work on me. They just make me more angry. I'm gonna need you to just...
You're a bad man!
I'm a bad man! You're the one who wants to go into a friggin' shopping center! Oh my... Yeah! He starts banging at the ground again.
And Eleanor sneaks a look at Pookie. She has her suspicions. Widens eyes, like looks over at like the grate and is like, and like goes back to like pissing off Apollo.
And Pookie looks back and he gives her like a meow, kind of agreeing nod and meow. And so Pookie does that, he like meow, meow, over at Maggie, and he just tries to kind of claw at the vent thing, and she's like, oh, do you need to go? Oh goodness, these finagle litter boxes. Oh, let me help you.
Fucking litter boxes!
First things first. Apollo,
Yes?
roll tough plus intimidate. And Eleanor, let's see, I believe this would be cute plus perform.
Oh.
So you only got one success
Great success.
out of 6.
Great success.
Sorry, generic roll, so strength plus...
No, tough plus intimidate.
Sorry, tough plus intimidate, my apologies. And let's see what happens.
That's 6 successes out of 11.
Great success.
Well,
Eleanor, your cute performance is a bit overshadowed by this loud banging noise
That's what I
coming
wanted
from
anyway.
Apollo just banging the shit out of that concrete. And at this point, through this rampage, that same gawky ride operator from before rushes towards you guys. Oh, jeez. Sir, you cannot be having this sort of behavior here.
don't you tell me what to do!
Sir, you're going to have to come with me or I'm going to have to call the guards on you.
I will literally destroy this place if it is the last thing I do! He's kind of foaming at the mouth a little bit.
He tries to put a hand on you to calm you down.
As he puts his hand there, Apollo grabs it and flips him to the ground. And he's like, don't touch me!
Oh, God! He stumbles back to his feet and starts to try and run away from you. Are you?
Yes, I am running right after. He's like, I'll break your legs! I will literally turn your knees into dust!
Not again, help!
Not again.
Pookie, why don't you make a dexterity plus stealth?
All right. Sweet.
All right, that's 5 successes right there. That is more than enough that Pookie needs to extend a claw, just sort of fiddle with the mechanisms a bit. The manhole open just pops up.
Oh my. Oh, these are more advanced than when I was younger.
Eleanor skips over and she pats Pookie on the head and she's like,
Good kitty. And he just kind of Cinderella flips his head to the side.
As the two of you climb down the vent, you can just peek over across the way and see Apollo jump on this guy.
He is actually, yes, he's trying to strike this guy something fierce. He's just,
Okay, I need you to roll dex. Or actually, you know what? Strength plus roll.
oh boy. 4.
4 successes. You dogpile on this guy.
Every time I try to do something simple and be just a normal person, you know how much is riding on this? I have to go home for so long. That's
All the people around you are like panicking at the sight of this frothing madman caving this guy's face in. And the guards they rush on you, and it takes like 2 or 3 of them to actually pull you off of it and like drag you down the corridor.
As they're dragging him, you just hear it.
Someone get the taser again!
And Eleanor just like watches as he's being dragged off, and she's like sitting on the edge of like the little manhole thing, like ready to just go, and her little like legs are like dangling over the side, and she just goes, "Such a drama queen." And she hops right in.
It's a holly jolly pause menu. Hello, Kay here. How you doing? Yeah, thank you for being so patient with me. This episode should have come out a while ago, but life happens, you know, so thanks for sticking with us this holiday season. Hope you've been enjoying this mini shot we've been doing. There's only one episode after this one you're listening to, so look forward to that. When season 2 comes along, we'll be switching to that system we've been using for this mini shot, Poker Roll. We've been busy recording a whole buffer zone of episodes for season 2, and trust me, we get a much better understanding of how the system works once we hit season 2. That's a relatively low bar, but it's something. Okay, thank you so much if you've been sticking around supporting us on Patreon. Your support means a whole lot to us, and I hope you've been enjoying the Patreon rewards, like your name in the end credits of these YouTube releases, access to behind-the-scenes bonus tidbits. Our latest one is a WIP look at a little special secret project I've been working on. It's nowhere near complete yet, but I think you're gonna like it. I hope so. I've put a lot of blood into this. Also sweat and tears. And a special thanks to our Ultra Baller tier patrons who get their name mentioned here in the pause menu, verbally with my mouth. Like Cammy Cat, Cybernetic Pink Eye, Dongo the King, Donkey Odo, Mr. Someone, and Trace. Also, a little call to action. I'd like to hear from you what your favorite moment from season 1 was. So tweet about the show using the hashtag PKMN Legacy and let me know. Plus, if you do that, might use your username as one of the names of our NPCs. Speaking of which, the character of Dr. Moto Makoto, named after Makoto of At World Persenia, of World Persenia Collaborations, tabletop RPG / podcast. Did a couple one-shots with them before.
Hi everyone, it's Ariana, and I have something super exciting that I'd like to plug today. You can catch me on Netflix, my debut in The Most Beautiful Flower, where I am the English dub voice of Tanya. I had an amazing time with this project, and I really love how it turned out. So I'm super excited that you guys can watch it. It came out on my birthday, which is pretty awesome. I hope you enjoy. It's 10 episodes, 1 season long. Let me know if you watch it. Tweet at me, reach out, and let me know what you think. Once again, it's called The Most Beautiful Flower, and it is streaming on Netflix right now. I hope you enjoy the rest of the Smalltimers.
One more thing before we get back to the episode. This podcast has been in production we've been releasing episodes for about 3 years now, producing them longer than that, and I've been working with this campaign setting for even longer. I don't know exactly how long, but long enough for 2 seasons of Pokemon to pass me by, and for Ash Ketchum to be retired from the show, so that's something. But in those years, I've had a lot of fun. And I wanted to give a special thank you to the playtest group. A huge thank you to Team Bread, Ariana, Chi-Chi, Dry. You are great players, and I couldn't ask for a better crew to run with. And a special thank you to you, the listener, for sticking with us for this crazy adventure we've been going on. And I hope you stick with us as the journey continues. Thank you for enjoying the show so far. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And yeah, back to the episode. Unpause. So, Maggie.
Hello.
She's pretty much fucking clueless about this whole thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Pookie. What would Pookie do with 10 million credits?
10 million credits. Honestly, I think he'd buy like a getaway vacation for him and Maggie. Like, Maggie is his weakness. Like, he loves her to death. So he would do something where they both get like super high treatment in like a tropical place in Alola somewhere.
And so far, what are Pookie's thoughts on his partners in crime for now?
Annoyed by Eleanor, but at the same time, he has like a mutual understanding of she knows the con game as well, but he's kind of annoyed by her. With Apollo, he's kind of like, I don't think he cares too much one way or the other.
Okay, so no love lost.
Exactly.
So for the other two, we're getting their thoughts on the characters, but I'm going to give you one extra thing here. Remember when the liaison said 10 million credits split evenly among the surviving members?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the three of you get out, that 10 million is going to be split, and you're going to get much less of a fun vacation.
True. I don't think Maggie would allow it. I know Maggie is clueless, but I think if she did something along the lines of like, oh, where's the other two? Or something like that, he would feel bad about it.
Well, you know what? That's fair enough. He's a thief with a heart of gold. That's fair enough.
He's a thief who loves his mama.
We better get back because we don't want them to get suspicious.
Okay.
They'll think we're sus.
We are venting right now, technically.
We are venting, yes.
The underground facilities beneath Whirlygig Gardens, while vast, should prove to be quite navigable. Dr. Makoto's psychological profile shows he is more driven by pride more so than paranoia. As such, security measures should be quite manageable, limited to a few guards here and there. Deal with his muscle as you see fit, and proceed to the central chamber to find the item in question.
Maggie, Pookie, Eleanor, the light dims, gets darker, and eventually feet hit metal, and you find yourselves in this long corridor branching out into multiple other corridors. It's a whole labyrinth of underground laboratories down here. Empty for the most part, but as you turn the corner, you see two guards dragging Apollo and the Fanfy, waddling with them a bit. And you're catching the tail end of their conversation. What do you want to do with him? And you see the mustachioed man. This is Dr. Moto Makoto from the briefing. Takes his mustache, extends it.
So, you thought you could bring in your most sour of pusses into my kingdom of carefully crafted whimsy and wonder. Well, I shall have none of it! Silence! Guards, take him to the testing chamber. I have a new ride in the works, a bit malfunction-y. But that's what test subjects are for.
I'll test your subject!
Take him away! I have other matters to attend to in the meanwhile.
And you see the two guards drag a raving Apollo down the left corridor as Makoto goes to the right.
This whole time, Eleanor has been like holding Buttons as if he was a stuffed animal. But how close are we to Apollo and the guards? Like, they just rounded the corner, but how close are we?
About 30 feet away. You were heading behind your corridor, so you were out of sight to see this whole thing.
But we hear it.
Oh yeah, you definitely hear it.
Eleanor looks at Buttons, gives him a little snuggle, and just kind of like whispers, "Can you please go follow them?"
Pookie, Maggie, you see the doll start to twitch a bit in her arms. Like, what we thought was a stuffed animal of a Pikachu is actually a twitching Mimikyu just writhing around. And it just drops on the ground, slithers across the floor. You're having Buttons track the guards taking Apollo?
Yeah, just tracking Apollo to see where they're taking him.
Sure. Why don't we have Buttons roll? Let's see. This would be, I believe, dexterity plus stealth. 2 successes.
Why am I getting such bad rolls?
It slithers away from you, and the three of you tail behind it. Down a series of corridors, you guys do your best to stay out of the view of the guards and such. So it takes a bit of time, but eventually you come to a stop. You find the door. You see the two guards standing in the front of it. Behind the closed door, you can hear some whirring coming to life.
No, it's not.
So is Apollo able to hear this over his, like, snarling, or is it more like...
You're a bit disposed of at the moment right now.
Okay.
Okay, can I have excuse me, Buttons go underneath the door, like sneak under there.
I don't know if you would be able to do it without being detected because they are standing like right in front of the door like that. Like one on each side of the door.
I can't even go like over the top.
You mean like on the ceiling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Think about like Elastigirl in The Incredibles.
Oh.
You know
The
what?
Mimikyu, not Eleanor.
I was gonna be like, oh.
No, like with the like little shadow arm. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm trying
I
to think
get it.
stealthier.
I get it now. That makes sense.
I think this would be a dexterity plus,
Stealth check again.
yes.
If I can get it good this time. Probably not.
Well, your pool's 7, so you have a good chance. 4. Okay. So Buttons gives you a... And he slithers up the wall and onto the ceiling, and he slowly shifts his way across it, trying to avoid the floodlights that are illuminating the hallway. You can see his cloth exterior starting to slip a bit, and he uses his shadow arm to like grab it and tug it back on. But it just makes the slightest of rustling noises, and the guard perks up. Did you hear that? They take their nightsticks out at the ready, and they look around, just keep a watchful vigil. They have not spotted Buttons yet, but they are alert. Meanwhile, Buttons has been placed above them in front of the door.
And he stopped moving? He's not in yet, right?
No, he is not. Meanwhile, one of the other guards, he's not calling it in, but he's just taking out one of his great balls, and out pops a watchhog.
Oh.
More eyes on the field here. Let's actually go over to Maggie. What do you do?
So I think what Pookie's gonna do is that he's gonna try to push Maggie over towards where the guards are, have her play up that lost grandma routine, and I want to see if he can try to use what's the move? Use Captivate on the Watchog.
Why don't we have you roll in advance of that cute plus perform for
Miss Maggie.
Maggie, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, that's a 2. All right, let's go ahead and play this out then.
Pookie just tries to kind of slowly sneaks away from Maggie, making it almost seem like she got separated from him. And then Maggie looks down like, oh, hello, Pookie.
Whoa, what the Ma'am, you cannot be here. This is a restricted area.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my, I'm so sorry. Oh, it seems like I'm separated from my Pookie. Oh, the poor thing. Oh, good sir, would you happen to help me look for him, please?
Ma'am, you cannot be down here. I'm escorting you back up there. Come on.
Oh, okay.
And he reaches for your arm. Where's Pookie at this
I
point?
think Pookie at this point is... Can I have... I don't know how big the hallway is, but can Pookie be doing like that Bond thing that you see in the spy movies where he's got his arms... Or he's got like his legs splayed out and he's at the top of the ceiling.
Pookie's on the ceiling?
I like that. Yeah, sure. I need Pookie to make, this would be dexterity plus athletics.
All right.
4 successes
Wow.
out of your 8. Yeah, Pookie's short, stocky legs are just enough to sort of perch himself between the fluorescent lights as they sort of sway a little bit, but not too noticeable.
Can Pookie drop down on this guy and then flash a Captivate on the Watchhog?
Watchhog.
Watchhog.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Completely
you
different
can.
world.
Okay, so that athletics roll is good enough to from before is good enough to land on him. So first things first, I need you to make a accuracy roll for Captivate.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 2. That hits. As for accuracy rolls, as long as you roll at least 1, it works. All right, ma'am, you're coming with me. Let's go back to the... And he lifts his head up slowly to the creaking sound from above. What the fuck? Pookie's claws come out. He drops down. Digs right into his scalp and shoulders. The guard's writhing around trying to get the cat off of him. Meanwhile, Pookie turns to the Watchhog and flashes him a little flirty look like, hello there, meow meow.
Oh.
Wow.
And the Watchhog does not know what the fuck to do with that information, and his special is reduced by 2. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative, whoever's interacting.
Okay.
Top of the order, we have Buttons, who is still perched atop the ceiling.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get behind the door now until we get these guys. So I'll just do a play rough then from the ceiling.
Go ahead and roll for accuracy.
Okay.
1 success.
Why am I getting the worst rolls?
It's still enough to hit it, though, as long as you get 1.
okay.
Go ahead and roll for damage. Its defense is 1.
So I have to put in the modifier.
Yes.
-1 or 1?
1. That was 2 successes. So that's 2 points of damage. Describe how it plays rough.
So right now, Buttons is hanging from the ceiling with its like little shadow hand. It lets go, makes a fist out of its shadow hand, and goes and bashes onto the Watchdog.
The sheer force of the impact that punch leaves whips up a whole cloud of pink dust and glitter that blocks everyone's view. But inside the cloud, you can hear a pummeling going on.
Jeez.
As the cloud fades and the Mimikyu slithers back to your side, it is looking not so good.
The Watchdog or the Mimikyu?
The Watchog.
Okay, the Watchdog.
This first guard, who's been attacked by the Persian, whips out its nightstick and tries to bash it off. So I'm going to roll for accuracy. So that's not enough successes. It tries to bash it off, but that Persian is just too limber and nimble. Just bounces off on its own accord, untouched and unharmed. The other guard is going to take out a taser and try to shoot the Mimikyu. Roll for accuracy. That's a hit. Let me roll for damage. What is Button's special defense?
Special defense 3.
Ooh, that's hefty. Here's the thing. The damage roll only had 3 dice, so because your special defense is 3, he can't roll anything.
Editor's note. I made a little oopsie-fuckle here. When you roll for damage, even if your damage pool is reduced to 0, you still inflict the minimum of 1 point of damage. There are exceptions to this, such as the target resists the type of a move, it's protected by light screen or reflect. In those cases, the damage would be reduced to nothing. That did not apply here. For now, we'll let the rule of cool take care of all the wouldas, the couldas, and also the shouldas. Okay, so the guard fires the taser gun, and the little wires shoot at the Mimikyu. It lifts up its little cloth skirt,
Yes, because it just like disappears into shadow.
and this dark energy climbs through the wire and short circuits the taser in his hand, and he just throws it on the ground as it explodes.
Yes.
Watchog's turn. On its last leg, it's going to go for a good old crunch on the Mimikyu and just tries to bite in its, what it assumes is the neck. 3's a hit. Eleanor, you watch as the Watchog sinks its fangs deep into the head, and the cloth just sort of like breaks a bit, and the head just sort of hangs loose and limp.
Do you not have to roll for damage for this one?
No, because its disguise is broken. That's the free hit.
Oh, gotcha. So it's the ability. Okay, I thought it was
Yes.
just like, that's why you didn't roll for damage.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Any hits past this, it's going to take damage, but that was your free hit.
Okay.
Next in the order, Pookie.
All right. So I think Pookie's gonna try to finish off. What's his name again? I can never remember it.
Watchog!
Watchog. So on Watchog, Pookie's gonna hit him with a nasty bite.
We'll roll it. Okay, so here's the thing. If you roll 3 more successes than you need, so like a 4 or above, that's a critical hit.
So when you're rolling for damage for this, add 2 extra dice to your pool.
The physical defense is 2, so just leave it 0.
So don't type in anything.
Don't type in anything. 3 shift hits. How does it go down?
So Pookie's gonna be like zigzagging around this guy trying to evade his attacks, and then he jumps up and he just bites down nastily on his neck.
While Watchog's own fangs didn't really sink in, these ones do. Pookie's fangs just sink into its neck, and you see it struggle for a second, then it goes limp, and then Pookie just tosses it to the side. I don't know why you rolled from Miss Maggie's initiative,
I don't
but
know why. I think that was a mistake.
you know what? Go ahead. Does Miss Maggie do anything?
Oh, what can Miss Maggie? Oh shit, what can Maggie?
Anything your heart desires. Remember, I mean, you just saw this guard attacking your precious little kitty.
Oh, okay. So Miss Maggie sees him beating down on her precious Pookie, and she's like, "Hey, you gave off of my baby!" And so she takes the knitting needles from her hair and she throws them at the guy, like trying to spear him, trying to.
I fucking love that shit. Okay, yes. All right, I need you to roll, I guess for accuracy, dexterity plus throw. Or weapons. 2's a hit. Okay. Damage. What the hell do we do for damage? Damage is going to be...
Psychological?
That is true. But let's have it be strength plus weapons as well.
All right.
Okay. Oh, hold on. And what's his defense? Okay, so that's 2 points of damage right there. All right, so he turns around to see what you're shouting about, and as he does it, he gets a cheek full of needles and it's like sticks in there. Top of the order, Buttons.
So the watchdog is down. We gotta get these guards down, I guess. Do you have to kill them or just knock them out?
Your choice.
I don't know if we're at the kill point yet. I'm actually gonna try Shadow Sneak again this time.
All right, roll it. Critical hit.
There we go.
Woo! And I'm gonna use it on the guard that has no damage on him yet.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for damage, and -1 is the modifier.
-1? Oh, poor guy.
It's a critical hit. That's 4 points of damage then. All right, so yeah, how does he go down?
He's dead?
Do you want him to be?
Well, no, I don't. Buttons melts into the floor and like his shadow darts across and goes into the guard's shadow. Wait. Okay, so you know how like on soccer fields, they have like 4 shadows because of the way that the light is?
Yes.
Button's arm appears out of each of the shadows, so there's 4 of them, and just like slams the guy backwards onto the ground and knocks him out.
All right. Other security guard's
All
turn.
right.
He pulls the needles out of his face. Blood is squirting everywhere like a ketchup fountain. He takes the taser and shoots it at the cat as he sees him about to rear back for another
Miss
strike.
Maggie's not a criminal by accident anymore.
3's a hit. Damage roll. What's its special defense?
I believe it is 2.
Okay. 1 point of damage. So the tasers make contact with it. The charge goes through. I gotta roll some chance dice for paralysis.
Oh.
It's not enough voltage to paralyze it, but you do take 1 point of damage. All right, Pookie's turn.
So Pookie is pissed now.
Uh-oh.
You made Pookie mad, and when you make Pookie mad, you get hit with the old power gem.
Critical hit.
And damage.
How's it go down?
So still kind of shaking a little bit from the electric shock, Pookie just looks out angrily at this guy, and he's just... His gem starts glowing up like... And then suddenly he just shoots it right at the guy.
His body goes limp and just crumples onto the floor. You have beaten the guards.
Yay!
Mimikyu's busy hiding the bodies.
In the Shadow Realm.
Miss Maggie goes over and picks up her knitting needles real quick, and she goes over to Pookie, and she's like, "Oh, my precious little baby, are you okay? Did the bad man hurt you?" And Pookie just kind of nuzzles up against her, doing, "Meow. Oh, baby."
And as you stick the needles back where you belong, Eleanor, you can see the white bun go slightly red from all the blood.
Gonna say, Eleanor is like no longer underestimating this woman. She saw that happen.
Oh, I haven't had this much fun since Vegas.
I
love Miss Maggie. I'm sorry. She's awesome, Cheeky.
Yay!
With this battle ruckus out of the way, you can hear the motors in the other room spinning round and round, and you can hear a muffled screaming going on in there.
You can't hear it, but I did scream muffledly.
I did hear it.
I heard it.
Fair enough.
I felt it.
You know what? I don't know if that guard is dead or not, Chi-Chi, but Eleanor is assuming that you killed a man. So she's dropping the act. She's like,
Come on, lady, let's go.
Yep.
We don't have any time to waste.
All right, I'll be right behind you. Come along, Pookie.
she's like, I'm dealing with serious criminals.